Welcome back, New Mutator here, and I'm going to be bringing you Game 4 in the match between Dantski and Zachnifine. So Zach's kids versus Dantski's kids. Dantski actually looking pretty good so far. He's up 2 games to 1. This is in the Winter Series, which is kind of an annual tournament. This series is interesting because the players were chosen in a way that really hadn't ever been done except for Osmodian's tournament last fall, I believe. And the way that was worked out was captains were picked, and then players signed up, and then captains did kind of a snake-style draft for their players. So it's really interesting to see how it worked out, as that's really not something that's ever been done before in a major tournament like this. And so 8 teams were picked. And, there were some issues with players showing up and substitutes and things like that. But on the whole, I think things are kind of leveling out a little bit, at least at this point in time in the elimination rounds. And although, half the teams have been eliminated. So, I don't know. There's 4 teams remaining. It's the semifinals. These are the number 2 seed and the number what seed? I don't know. Donski's team is probably like the number 8 seed. I'm not sure though, but pretty low there. Although at this point in time, Donski's team starting to pick up the pace a little bit and kind of get in their groove as they're up 2 games to 1. Like I mentioned previously, this is Acts of Piety, I believe, is the name of this map. And so it's Acts of Cruelty, but with a more light unit set, and it's a little bit more interesting. Capture the Flag, that's also pretty win. I like Capture the Flag, but I'm really curious to see how people play, how King of the Map is played in a competitive environment. I know I've said it before, but I'm really excited. I've played some more games on that, and it's pretty intense. It's really intense. It's good. I like it. Yeah, give it a shot if you haven't already. It's actually really neat. Public beta's out, so go for it. Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and mention the names of the players for both these teams. Zach's team has Drunken, Jenny from the Block, Sasper, Shadow, Vantobia, Wayward One, and Where Are You, Adrian? Now, one of these players, Jenny on the Block and Where Are You, Adrian, is Homer, although the other player, I'm not quite sure who it is. And I don't... Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's who. Maybe they've already said it in the chat. I just don't know. Don't know. Anyway, Donski's team is going to have Milkman, K-Size, Gord. Who the heck is that? I don't know who that is. Probably a substitute, I guess. Kruniak, Master Chief, and Browning. If you happen to know the answer to some of these riddles, let me know. Very curious. Looks like Dantski going for like a no archer strategy, which is really interesting. Heavy pus, heavy melee, kind of a rushy strat. Whereas Zach's team, we see kind of a minimum amount of archers, like not too many, but enough to really to do some damage, some sustained damage, in case of a non-rush. But since it is looking pretty rushy, I'm not sure if Zach's team chose the right unit set. As Donski's team looks to have Zach's number here. So Dantski actually is showing a lot of captaining ability in these games. And looking at the chat, have no idea who these players are still, but yeah. Basically, we're probably going to see like a 3-prong. So yeah, we see like this line of units basically heading mid, this line of units heading to this crossing area here. Though this is deep water, so I'm not sure if they're looking to cross there or not. Probably cross here. And then, some units scouting out the south, which is where there's a heavy force for Dantski here. It looks like they're going to do some bottle pus, so making some duds and combining that with pus can be highly advantageous and deadly if it works out. It's kind of a risk, though, as is most things in Myth. And yeah, so a mid-force here, kind of a largish mid-force, keep it busy. And then a smallish north force to kind of maybe scout this out, sneak around if there's nothing there. This south force, though, is looking pretty good. Case size and Browning going to be able to move in here, and there's not a whole lot there. Zach's team's going to need to peel away some units here to deal with this, as it looks like Drunken not going to be able to deal with it on his own. Although it looks like he's the only player that's going to be able to do so. Master Chief going to be chased around here by, looks like, Where Are You, Adran? And Kruniak going to move in there and try to chase Jenny from the block, but going to back out wisely, I think, and try to hang out with Lil Skittles here. Master Chief, Lil Skittles, and Kruniak going to be trying to deal with Jenny and Where Are You, Adran, who have combined, they have, what, 18%. Looks like Vantobia is 0% yet again, so that's kind of weird. I don't know why that is. I guess it's because it's 7 on, to make it fair, 7 on 7. So Zach had to sit a player. Okay. Looks like some damage could be going down on Jenny. But yeah, so let's look over here. It looks like Browning and looks like Browning by himself. Case size with him. Going to be doing some damage, trying to sneak past this force, although they're going to be pushed back, I think. I don't know if they just went for it, if they could get it or not. I mean, they're faster. These Herons are faster than anything that Zach has, but you know, that's not a lot of distance, so they might not be able to do it all. Although look at this. These Herons going to be able to clean up a lot of these archers, although they might be taking some damage here. Nice shot. Taking out that dwarf and maneuvering so that they take a little bit less damage than they would normally. Browning doing some damage here. So that's actually working out for Dantski's team, and it looks like Zach's team's kind of getting pushed in a corner here, as they're not able to turn around and deal the same amount of damage that they're taking on this flank here. So case size here with a pretty large force. Yeah, it looks like there's only a couple of dwarves here and not enough melee. So these Thrall are not going to be able to hang on against these units here. Browning with 2 kills on that goal, so that's pretty significant. I would say that the archers probably should try to focus down that dwarf, and the dwarves should try to.
Flag.
I don't know. I think that Puss maybe could have been better served on this melee, as these Thrall might not get there in time. And it looks like Zach's team getting cleaned up. It looks like Dantski doing a lot of damage with that dwarf. 3 kills there already. So looks like Jenny from the block and Where Are You, Adran, not going to be able to carry Zach this time, as they're just outnumbered. There's just not enough here. And I think it was the archers. Not taking those archers really seemed to work out really well for Dantski's team. Although, yeah, that is going to be enough. Wayward 1 reinforcing that is going to be able to push these units off the flag. So they did have enough there. And they do have a slight advantage, although they need to be careful. Although Zach's team down here, now that they're not cornered, they're looking okay, but they still need to be careful, as Dantski could get a nice shot off here. Is it going to connect? It does actually connect, so you know, it does a little bit of damage, doesn't do too much, but that's looking pretty okay. Nice split there. They're going to take out that goal, but Dantski, boom, does a little bit more damage, sacrifices that goal, so that's worth it, I think, in the end. Another goal coming in there. Looks like Dantski's team, Browning, is going to be chased away by Wayward 1, although probably going to lose. Nope, he's going to hang on to those for now. And yep, only 3 units from that attack remain. So that actually, it seemed to be the right thing to do, but at the end, I just didn't count on the Wayward 1 being able to single-handedly repel that. So that actually worked out for Zach's kids, although they still have a significant disadvantage in terms of army size percentage. They're still about 10% below, and I think that a lot of these goals, I don't know if they're carrying anything or not, but yep, they still have a nice bottle puss potential here, as Milkman going to be Probably setting it down right here. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Nope. Going to miss completely. Wow. That was very anticlimactic. That could have been a lot better. Zach saying we need to play for tie, although they're actually not doing so bad. They're only about 7% down at this point, so they can actually hang on and do some damage here. Although Wayward 1 is going to be pushing. He's going to be basically reinforcing this position, and this might work out. No more pus, looks like, for any of these players. And that goal does go down. A nice clutch heal going on Jenny's unit there. And interesting, K-Size is going to try to do something, but that's doomed for failure. Nothing's going to happen there. Wayward 1, oh no. Got himself overextended. This is not good, as Milkman and Dantski going to move in with their dwarves. So these units here are going to be able to deal a lot of damage to these warriors, and if they are reinforced by these guys, these swords here can just swoop in, deal a lot of area of effect damage. So that's interesting. This may be enough to take the game. There's a 5-minute 30 left, and that's all that's left here on the defense for Dantski, but that's all that he needs, is there's nothing that Zach has that can take that out. And Zach, we can see the numbers plummeting, 33% now. And oh, that was where you Adrian got lucky with that dud. That's all I can say about that, as these warriors probably going to get cleaned up. They were probably given to Jenny on the block, it looks like, from Wayward 1. Yeah, Wayward 1 now has 0%.
5 minutes remaining.
Is it, at this point, it's hard to say if it would be worth it to just engage. Yep, just going to be feeding this main force here. Milkman and Kruniak. So basically Kruniak taking a lot of kills there. Kruniak is going to be fed coming into this engagement, as a lot of his units have basically veteran status. Zach saying play for tie, but I don't see how that's going to happen here. These archers are caught out of position. I don't know what they were doing this far from the flag. This is really dumb. This is, but you know, then again, you know, what can they possibly do? You know, at least over here, you're not going to be having people coming up behind you. But yeah, these herons going to be rushing that dwarf, probably sustaining a lot of damage. And yep, these archers going to get cleaned up, no problem. Only one archer remains for Shadow. He's got a couple of fire arrows. There's a couple of satchels lying around, but Kruniak's going to go for it. He may be able to do this. Oh my word! If Kruniak, I think, might have been able to do that actually. He is going to go for it. He's going to heal up a little bit and go for it, and that's going to be that. Wow, Kruniak basically carrying his team there. Actually, Browning had a lot of damage as well, but 34 kills. That's like half the team kills were Kruniak's. That's pretty ridiculous. So Kruniak pulling it out for Dantski. Dantski's team takes the match at 3 wins to 1 so far. They are going to play the 5th game anyway, just to see what happens. But yeah, let's see. Anybody play really well for Zach's team? Doesn't really look like it. I mean, nobody. It looks like absolutely no one got positive ratios except for Wayward 1, who conveniently detached his units before they were going to die. So that worked out for him. But yeah, this was just a disproportionate game here. Dantski's team taking the win. 29 kills to 75 losses for Zach's team. They could have played a lot better, I feel like. As Dantski's, I don't know, Kruniak just a beast in this game. So yeah, that's going to be it for game number 4. I'm going to go ahead and cast game number 5 anyway. So if you want, you can watch that and see what happens. So we'll see you in that game if you decide to watch it. Click on it, and yeah, we'll see what happens. See you then.
Team eliminated. Game over.